It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting this.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight, it's the 512th and final game of the regular season, and we've got a good one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, we've hit that bittersweet week of the NFL season, haven't we? The last week of the regular season, week 17. Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game?
Well, he's got to make a strong impression here in the final week. It's an interesting race. My MVP ballot is at the top of my email right now, and I'm not voting until we've seen all the games here today.
I like that. I respect a man that waits until the season is over, doesn't turn it in early. I think if he has a big game here and gets a little bit of help, maybe other guys don't play as well, he's got a great shot.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, it's Jones. Able to slither by, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Mahomes on target here to Hardman. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. And then going deep for, got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 22 on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. As we get a peek at Matt Ryan, a man who's been in the league since back in 2008.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Chris Jones on the stop. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
An offensive line play is not something that comes to mind readily, but it's always a big key in a ball game. And already these guys, they're getting it done up front, as we've seen this rushing attack have some early success.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. They'll find Everett there, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away. Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a 1st down, but how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You got the...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and through. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Ryan. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They go play action with Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Mahomes going to throw, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Ryan to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll wind up getting this to 37. Gain of 9. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that's complete to Adams. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes dancing to his left. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line. And after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. The 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 85 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Ryan. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jacob Hollister, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, Ryan. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch twins. Watch.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen as a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Looking. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelce for a big one. 48 yards. To throw, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now here's Mahomes. That's caught at the 25. It's a gain of 35. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Jacob Hollister, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Now Ryan on first down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Ryan. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. From midfield now, here's Ryan. It's complete to Fuller. 6 yards, the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense, trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field, so you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's got Fuller. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. 20, 10. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Yellow. Check 4.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
but that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chiefs,
up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the